Welcome to On Approach, episode 21.
63, climb maintain 13 down. 13,000, number 63. 63, contact the New York Center, 128.3. 28, just with 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering the week's top user-submitted stories and news on the skylounge.tv. Welcome back again, everyone. Episode 21. My goodness, how time flies. Welcoming our host from the top, we've got Mr. Keven, aka Live Sparks.
Hello.
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 Mr. Brian, aka Beat Crawley 57.
Hello, everyone.
And Mr. Mark, aka Spark Smudge.
Hello there.
And Ken, also known as MyNoodleIsCaramel.
Yeah, what kind of name is that?
What kind of name is that? So all the folks here on Approach are hosts on the channel, twitch.tv/The Sky Lounge. So make sure you check out everyone's individual shows. This is the team that kind of brings you some variety. We've got two members missing tonight, Mr. Pear and Mr. Weejon. But that said, let's move right in. We do have lots of stories to cover today. Lots of top stories and a few worth mentioning. So moving on, here we go. Top story this week, Air Daily X hints towards Prepare3D V4 NDA drop early this week. Let's see what's being said. So we've got a post from DeAndre here. This Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the plan is to cover the following products. So that's covering that that early in the week slot. And then in that listing, we've got Prepare3D V4 64 finalizing plans. Could be a hint, could be a troll. I really don't know. What are you guys thinking? Anyone have any news?
I'm thinking totally legit. I think it's been coming for a few weeks. The theme has changed on the P3D website now, so I figure it might be coming.
And we've got a nice black theme too. I like the dark interface. Like, I'm totally a fan. So
yeah. And that matches up with the leaks that were seen previously with Matthias from Aerosoft, and I don't know if there was another, but
it does, doesn't it?
Interface.
It would give us an opportunity for another go-around.
That's, I have a feeling, most definitely, if this drops, there will be another go-around, which is probably why we won't spend too much time on the topic today, because there's lots of speculation. But if it drops, once that NDA hits the ground, I guarantee you the information will flow into the internet. So
yeah, we'll probably have another hour of speech ready for that, giving our opinions and stuff. So the go around, for people who don't know, is a special show that we make, other external to the On Approach that we're doing right now, because we have too much to talk about, just like we did with Flight Sim World last week. So we talked about, what was it, like 45 to 50 minutes, over an hour maybe?
Over an hour. We were over an hour on that show, and it got an incredible amount of traffic, touching almost 6,000 views in just under a week. So
yeah, it's pretty amazing. So we'll do the same with V4, because I think it's there's going to be a lot of talk about it.
It's going to be a big topic, and we've got our hopes and fears about that one as well. So
yeah.
See how it goes. I'm up for a go around.
Yeah. Also, keep an eye on the TSL website, because we'll keep a compatibility list updated there. So all the add-ons and stuff, if they work or not, we'll have them labeled there.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that on a go around, expect possible mature content and language. So if your frilly little ears are offended, go find a PGG rated channel that's going to do a review.
I think
you know who you are.
I think the viewer numbers on the go around are just a testament as to how many people really hate Noodle, or actually, I mean, love Noodle.
Who knows?
It's just the perfect platform for Noodle to just be Noodle. It's quite refreshing, actually. Quite refreshing. I'm sure he thinks so as well.
I keep it real. I keep right down the middle. I'll call the good, I'll call the bad, and then my hopes. Want to keep it real. A lot of people out there who do reviews don't do that because they want to stay in some guys, or I should say, some developers' good graces, and you know who you are. So
I'm guessing when this
I'm
drops,
gonna keep it real.
When this drops, plenty of content for us to look at and and have thoughts on for sure. All right,
It'll be interesting.
It will be indeed. So go around on V4. All right.
Hopefully this week.
Yes, hopefully this week.
Yeah, let's hope.
Moving on,
Looking
next
forward to
topic. This is get P3D and FSX scenery into Flight Sim World. It was only a matter of time. Let's have a peek at this. So, file structure-wise, it looks like you got add-on scenery in Flight Sim World, which is on the left, and add-on scenery in FSX, which is over on the right.
Yo, Edson, hold on, pause it.
Yes, pausing.
I'm noticing something. Do you remember a few episodes ago we talked about a cloud system, cloud weather engine display thing, render that's called True Sky? You remember that?
Yes. Yes.
We showed the video just briefly.
Yeah.
And we were saying like it would be nice to see it in a future version of a sim, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Now minimize this thing, yeah. The banner of videos at the bottom. Just look on the left.
Oh snap!
Oh.
There's a
Oh
folder
snap!
there.
That's in Flight Sim
it's-
World. True Sky.
Yeah, it's empty, but it's there. So,
Oh snap!
I've had a deep dig into the file structure. I've played around with the config file and made a few changes and tweaks.
Yeah, but nothing
So
you did worked.
it can be done.
What did you do in it, Sparky? You tried to get a livery in it.
I did try to get a livery in it.
You tried to get a custom livery in
and I'm
it.
still trying. I ain't gonna beat me.
So you could not get a custom livery in FSW?
I tried to get a custom airplane into it. I tried to import an airplane into it, and I think I know what went. I think I know where it went wrong. So I'm going to give it another go.
So it looks like
Nice.
here, I mean, it's quite obvious, right? We don't have the menu and then scenery config manager inside the sim. So basically you edit the CFG file in Notepad, add it in, add the line number, but then when you load up Flight Sim World, it actually will have like its own like load screen for it. So it'll say, probably not find it, but it will say it's like loading scenery. So they've kind of accounted for that to happen. You know, add-on stuff. Anyways, I think it's pretty exciting, and for those that like to tinker in a sim that I believe was probably built not to be tinkered with, you can get some of your FSX stuff in it.
And I got
I like to tinker.
But we should not be surprised about this whatsoever. I mean, let's be honest. We have products such as the migration tool, which in essence is going to be, I wouldn't doubt that they or a similar product comes out that will allow you to put your FSX P3D scenery into
There seems to be a
this.
flaw with the lights here. The lights are all weird. Lighting is weird, and you still have the salt flat taxiways.
And the hangar was see-through as well.
Was it?
The first hangar you come to looks hideous.
Oh, look at that!
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
So, not perfect, but yeah, at least somebody's trying, right? Oh gosh, that takeoff.
One thing it does work reasonably well with it is the SATEC panels. I managed to get them working this weekend using SPAD Next.
You did?
And it works pretty much out the box. You know.
SPAD is compatible with it now, so I don't know how they've managed it, but it is.
Yeah.
Seems.
Nice.
Well, that's kind of interesting, though. Yeah, that's.
All right,
Oh,
so
it made my weekend. Loved it.
so on the topic of Flight Sim World, I think we would it would be the right thing to do for all of us that have now used it ourselves to kind of give a conclusive thought. Like, what do we think now that we actually used it? You know, let's start with I guess let's start from the top, right? Keven, you used it earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Gave a really nice stream over on the Sky Lounge Twitch channel. What were your first thoughts? I mean, just kind of give us a summary of your thoughts.
So real quick in summary, it's an alpha. It's too early to draw any conclusion, really. I think it has potential, but it all depends on the answers from Dovetail on the information that we're missing right now with third parties and stuff. It's all going to depend on that. But it surely has potential. I'm just curious to see where it's going.
Cool. Mr. B? Also
Yeah,
did
well,
some
I've,
serious streaming with it.
Yeah, I have. I've streamed, God, about 8-9 hours on it now. What really frustrated me was when we read the forums within a couple of hours of launch, and there's people blasting it, and I'm sure these guys hadn't really tried the sim. I've really tried the sim, and I'm impressed. You know, this is a brand new release. It's an alpha, as Keven said. You can make it run really well if you're clever with your camera views to rule out the level of detail distance. You don't fly at night because the night colors and stuff are pretty poor at the minute. But you can have some real good fun in that simulator at the minute, and you can have it looking really good. The things they need to fix, for multi-monitor, they need to reduce the size of the lights to the little pinhead lights on the runways, because I don't think they've accounted for that. They need to sort out the day and the night textures, and then they need to start digging deep into the bugs. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're a newcomer to this hobby, for $20 or free if you got Flight Sim School, you've got a really good start into this hobby, and you can have a really good immersive experience in this simulator.
Nice. Mark, what you got? You used it as well.
Yeah, I have it. I picked it up. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because my views are. I did express on the go around.
Yeah, but you hadn't used it on the go around.
Yeah, no, I didn't use it, but I've used it now. And initially, out the box, I was quite surprised at the performance. The performance is excellent, especially on my machine. I've seen it running on other people's machine. I think mine run better than Kevin's, to be honest with you. My performance was absolutely fantastic out the box, but it's a long way before it becomes a viable sim for me. They've got to do a lot more work on it before I look at it as a viable sim.
And Ken, we'll skip you because you didn't get it yet. However, can you let us know kind of what you're waiting for to kind of give it that shot?
So I did indicate in the go around that I was going to give it a shot, but I'm not going to do it yet because I'm waiting for some updates to happen to it. I am not up for doing the initial fly around on this release, so I'm going to wait a couple patches or whatever they do first, and then give it a shot, and then kind of go from there. But from what I've seen, I mean, sure, it looks nice. There are for an alpha, I still have my reservations about it. Now, to be honest, will I actually buy this when it's full release? No, I won't. I will stick with Prepared. I'm not going to have and I'm not going to feed a third sim. So, but I will give it a shot. I will spend the money once it's a little bit more complete to really give a final yay or nay.
Cool. Me. I put about 2.5 hours into it. I did it with an Xbox controller. I kind of wanted to get that feel of, the new person into Flight Sim, jumping in. I got my Xbox controller set up for other games, so why not use it for my Flight Sim or my flight game? I went into the missions and did some of the missions. Someone pointed out in stream that they were the initial mission was pretty much exactly what was in Flight School, and it was. Performance, Sparks. I'm throwing this bone your way. I mean, dude, your system crushed mine. From what I saw when I saw you streaming it, I was like, dude, that's silky. That's silk. Then I put it on my system, and it was not silky. It was not silk. Granted, I did try and treat it with the same CPU allocation method that I give P3D. Maybe that's where I messed up. Maybe it wants multi-threading. Maybe it wants full cores. Maybe that's where I messed up. So I don't think it's built to be treated like I treat P3D. Performance wasn't there for me. Wasn't a fan. Very stuttery. I did hear that if you turn down the sliders for traffic, it gets better. The immersion of the voice packs in the missions was a lot of fun. It felt like I was doing the whole Air Alaska mission from Take Flight Interactive, and that was cool. Like, they talk to you and they're like, "Hey, no, make a left here," you know. I loved that. I think, in agreement with Ken, I'm most definitely of the camp where I wouldn't buy this for me. However, I got it for free, and it will live on my laptop for when I travel. It'll be nice to have something. And more importantly, what I'm looking for is a product to recommend to people that are completely fresh in the flight sim, that don't come in with like a high, not expectation, but a high requirement of a flight sim. Like we already have high requirements. And I think this fits the bill quite well. I think with some refinements, with some attention to detail, because it is a bit premature, with some attention to detail, it could be a very viable, out-of-the-box intro to flight sim. So,
but why not one of the others?
Tinkering is kind of part of the equation for P3D. P3D doesn't look great out of the box. Xplane, I've not experienced it out of the box. I think Mr. B is probably the better person to say out of the box Xplane is this. But in all fairness, Mr. B got straight into modding. He got straight into putting in custom airports, straight into, you know, tuning this, tuning that. Like, we need to compare that out of the box, don't touch a slider scenario. And in this, I literally launched it and I didn't touch anything. Buck was like, "Nah, why don't you change this? Slide it to hard, don't do beginner." I was like, "Nope, I want to do it out of the box. I'm not touching the sliders." And I don't know. I think that's the way it's meant to be looked at.
I did it out the box, and for me it was the best looking simulator out the box, other than the little lighting defects and the level of detail radius. I need to put a haze in there. But when you're flying in a scenic area and the camera is reasonably close to the aircraft, there's nothing beats it out the box.
There's a fair statement, because Mr. B has used the 3 platforms out of the box. I can say this weather-wise, and I have never seen a more accurate Carl the Fog in San Francisco than in Flight Sim World. That shit was amazing. The fog was very real, multi-layered, multicolored, like the shading. It was San Francisco fog. It felt legitimate. And I've flown, you know, in P3D with my soft clouds, with my active sky, and it's never, ever been portrayed like it was in Flight Sim World. So that's a bonus right there. But the performance just wasn't there for me. So.
And would everybody vote for Carl the Fog for the mayor of San Francisco? Because that means free burritos for everybody.
Free burritos for everyone. Yes, Carl is the name of the fog in San Francisco. For those that don't know, it's Carl the Fog. He does have a Twitter, so go and visit and follow Carl the Fog on Twitter. It's actually quite funny. All right, moving on. Next topic, we've got from our friends at Aerosoft, Mega Airport Singapore X preview. Singapore. This is a really nice place. I wonder if it's going to cover the cityscape as well, because Singapore has a beautiful cityscape. That's some nice texturing already. Oh my.
I'm wondering, is that shot in V4?
It's a good question. Dude, look at that.
There's a lot of taxi lines.
There's a
Dude,
lot.
that's out of memory, straight out of the box.
City.
That's City. Look at the resolution of the textures. It doesn't make sense. It's so beautiful.
My goodness.
Insane.
My goodness.
That
Dude, that's
looks
a
like
lot
something
of
for
work.
Xplane.
Oh,
Yes.
this is exciting, dude. This is
That looks really nice to see the different layers of rubber that's been left.
Man.
Yeah.
That last one was tractor tires.
That was nicely done. Now I'm really surprised that this level of detail was put into it, especially on little things like that. So it's very nice. It gives a nice worn appearance versus in a lot of stuff that we get, it looks pristine. So this is nice to see that worn effect, the worn look.
Beautiful.
Xplane only? Xplane only? Or what makes you think it's
Which
Xplane? I'm fairly certain if it's FSX, FSXSE, and P3D. No one responds to that though. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so somebody else thought the same way as you, right? They're like, that almost looks like Xplane. That great detail, great detail. Nice job, Aerosoft.
Oh, 64-bit. There was a mention to 64-bit down the
No, really? Worth going back? Let's see. From someone at
Scroll,
Aerosoft?
that's probably at the bottom. No, not from Aerosoft. It was
Oh, okay.
down. It's below that. Again, there it is.
Don't forget, we get this airport also soon from competitor scenery maker that makes it ready for P3. Who else is making this?
Ah.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that seems like a little bit
Two
of
with the same airport. Hmm.
somebody else is making Singapore, I guess.
So, it makes me wonder how much information that they got at this airport, if they got some really close-in shots. Is the third photo, third from last, where it says Echo 26, it really looks like it highlights that section that's shown there was new. Like it was redone. It doesn't appear to be like a fault of the scenery design. It looks like they've actually gone ahead and shown that on the actual taxiway that block is a new section that was redone, new surfacing. So so that is pretty darn nice. Those are the little things that, if you're into the details, that sells you on a product when you see things like that. So well done. Well done,
Aerosoft. Yeah, I think that's going to be a Sky 5 for me, man. I'm going for that. Singapore is just amazing. I wish they teased with the cityscape. That would be incredible if they kind of extended it out to the city as well. All right, next topic. This one submitted by Mr. Darren Vox. KBLI by Riddlez Interactive is released. This is a beautiful airport. I do need to buy this. I will be buying this. This is Bellingham up in Washington State. It's pretty much a border city with Canada, just south of Vancouver. He says if you're flying in or around Washington State a lot, you might be interested to hear that Riddlez Interactive have released a scenery for KBLI, which is Bellingham in southern Washington, and Alaska Airlines services every day. So he scooted over to this airport here. This is Riddlez Interactive new website, which, by the way, the website itself is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Dude, a 360 interactive walkthrough of their sim airport. Like, this is the shit.
Oh my god.
You're in.
We've never seen this before.
We've never seen this before. You're in the sim right now. able to look around
Oh,
at the airport.
bro.
A round of applause, please, for Riddlez Interactive. My
that's-
goodness,
That's
dude.
pretty cool.
This is completely fresh.
Innovation. This is innovation that we need in this community. That's what we need.
And where do you guys want to go? Let's go this way. Okay.
I want to go in the terminal.
Look at that. Can you?
Eh.
No. Oh! Look at this, dude.
Oh, you got a hockey game on.
Is that Elvis? That's Elvis, dude.
Oh my god. Dude.
I'll have a large flat white to go, please.
Get out of here.
That's fucking amazing.
We're in the bar.
I'm kind of on the fence with stuff like this. And if you're a scenery developer and you happen to watch this, I would be interested in your thoughts. But I personally don't understand the need for this level of detail for internal stuff like this, because how often are we going to be looking inside of this? Don't get me wrong, it's a great accomplishment, but you figure, I mean, to me, it's like effort that's kind of wasted, you know? To me, it's just another means of sapping resources.
But
as great as it is, don't get me wrong, this is great.
Those resources are going to be utilized very shortly.
Exactly, right? Like, let's look ahead. Let's look ahead potentially a few weeks or something.
Yeah, and with P3D, with the little man you can walk around, you will be able to walk around the airports and into hangars and go jump in your plane, because we're not going to have that cap, or this cap.
Yeah, puddles, dude.
I sell smoke on wings of airplanes, so I see myself using this.
Right?
You know, the little details.
This is insane, dude.
Beautiful.
It really.
I do like to pull up to a terminal and you see realism on through the glass.
Sidewalk.
You know, that's nice.
Sidewalks are in 3D.
Yeah, dude. This is incredible.
Dude, this is, I think, from memory, I think it's one of the most detailed airport I've seen in flight sim ever.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing some things here. If you go back to the 737, and if you look to the left on the ground, I mean, look at the reflection that's done there. You have the sun coming through, and it's a nice bit of reflections coming through. So they've obviously done some good work, taking advantage of what P3D can do right now, and you have that nice ray of light, that reflection that's coming down. You're going to want to maybe zoom out a little bit. That's pretty nice that was really taken advantage of. And then also looking at the asphalt as well, how it really gives the appearance of the divots and breaks between the materials that are used. And the lines are not perfect. You know, they're not going to be perfect with this kind of material as well. So that's, and also these little things, it really gives a higher level of believability of what you would probably actually see. Those are things that I think people tend to really miss. We look at structures too much, but you know, when you're flying, you're taxing, you're on these surfaces, and you know, that's pretty nice to see that level of detail.
And I've never used the avatar mode in P3D, because as soon as you leave the tarmac, there's nothing interesting to see. It's all low res. Right. Now you can use the avatar mode in this one, and it's crisp all around.
Mm-hmm.
From end to end.
Look at that. Yeah,
I want this.
Stepped up the game. So
you can wait in the terminal and walk to your plane and take your plane.
32.55 Australian US dollars. I think that's about 20 something.
28.
25.
Just click on the at the bottom where it says Australian dollars to convert it.
Yeah.
Hey, $25, bro. Come on. That's
totally
done.
Good.
I'm adding this to the cart. Like this is not even a question. This is amazing.
Beautiful.
Great job, Riddlez Interactive. Great job, and thank you, Darren, for that post, dude. Some serious hype on that.
And this is their only EuroAirport?
No, they've got quite a few.
Of
They've
course.
got quite a few. Yeah, they do.
So if it's on the same level, it's a little surprising that if they're doing sceneries of this level, that they have not received any form of attention. Because I've never heard of this, and I'm sure most people haven't. So, yeah, I think people need to go to the website and really look at what they have to offer.
Definitely. All right, moving on. Next topic. This is an exciting one, I know as well. I think Noodle, you're gonna find a lot of joy in this one, because I remember from the Buffalo Air stuff that we were doing. Just Flight officially announces the C-46 Commando.
Yeah.
Look at this big boy.
Yeah, this is one I've been waiting for. Great aircraft, you know. This is something that I'm surprised it has not been in the sim previously, unless there's a freeware version out there, which, you know, is possible. But it's great to see that somebody with the monet, you know, the money, the means and the talent to say, you know what, let's tackle this. This is great. So,
I'm real happy to add this to the Buffalo fleet, man.
Yeah.
It appeared many times on what is it, Ice Pilots, and they always talk about how this thing's a beast to fly, man. It's very difficult. It's not an easy one.
Yeah, and this is great. I mean, it's a nice addition. You know, if you have, say, like a DC-3, you know, the C-47, you know, now you can have this, a big boy version. You can really step up your game with it. So, very, very cool.
Very exciting for sure.
Can't wait
they're
to
going to
see
do
the video.
military variant,
Have
cargo
to.
variant, and civilian variant. That's exciting to see. Very exciting to see. 12 liveries, 4 for each variant. Very cool. All right, moving on. Next topic, the Aerosoft Airbus 330 sneak peek video posted. Let's have a peek at this one. So my first thought when I looked at this one was, yes, I think Sparks is like, they're all the same. And yes, I do feel you on like the overall general layout. But look how crisp this is compared to the Airbus we have today. This looks more like FS Labs crispness.
Mm-hmm.
Or the system that they're using is heavily optimized and modified to give us this look. So you can't discount whatever rig that they filmed this on if it's solely designed for these darn near immaculate images and such.
It's a 4K screen.
Yeah.
Look at the system at the top right. That's a V-Pilot, and it's very, very small. It's definitely a 4K display, and the textures are like 4K. So I bet it's running on 64-bit.
You're killing
This
me.
has got to be. It's got to be a dedicated system. I mean, just only for the.
Dude,
sim.
that's so crisp. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
That's crispy.
Great job. I can't wait to fly this plane. I really can't. We've been waiting for this. They announced it like in 2013. We've been waiting for this like a whole life.
But here's the problem with that. We say this, but where's the CRJ?
I don't care about the CRJ.
No. Hear me out.
It's coming. They said June or something.
Okay, you know.
May. The release date is announced officially.
Well,
by the
that's the thing. You know, Aerosoft, great company, but you know the CRJ, there was a lot of hype, in and out with it. This one's starting to get hype. Is this going to happen to this as well? You know, we've been seeing it with the CRJ. Are we going to get the same level of it's coming, it's not coming, and that sounds bad, but it's coming, it's not coming, it's coming. Are we going to get the same thing with this?
Bro,
I think
watch
the
this
stakes are
drop.
different.
Watch this drop right after 64-bit.
Yeah, so it really makes you wonder. I would like to have this.
They're gonna be
but
like, "Oh, your 320s don't work anymore. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have a 330."
Yeah.
By the way, the CRJ, just as a notice, CRJ will be released on June 22nd, 2017.
There you go. So, so there's an actual release date for it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Again, we've had that before. We've had.
The thing you've got to understand, Noodle, is they've done the 18, 19, 20, and 21. Now they're doing the A330. And as I was saying, there's not a huge amount of difference between the systems of all of those planes. So for them to take an A320 and convert it, use that code as an A330 is not different. It's just remodeling it in a bigger plane. The plane you're talking about, they have to build from scratch. There's nothing previous they can pull from. You know, so it's going to take longer. Wait, just hold your horses, man. Calm down.
No. I think we're assuming. I mean, let's look at the original Airbuses. You can, in essence, only use one MCDU to do everything. You know, did they open it up to where both MCDUs will allow you to use one? If you want to use the right to do it all, can you use them both at the same time? You know, where one shows progress, one shows legs. You know what I mean? So there are so many little things that, again, it makes me wonder, are we going to start seeing that again? You know, it has nothing to do with, to me, whether the systems are the same. It's implementation. Have they really just said, you know what, let's make it more complete?
You know, Noodle,
are we going to see that?
It's knowledge that you drop like that makes me respect you when you give me shit in stream. I never would have noticed that with the MCDUs you can't like use them in different phases and shit like that, because I just look down at it and then look up again at the at the sky in front of me.
But they revamped a lot of the systems for the 330. So
it is fresh
I wouldn't
systems.
be surprised. Yeah, it's all fresh. So they converted very little things from the Airbus series that we have now, and they will port it. Those improvements they will port back to a new version of the 320, just like they did with the Airbus X a few years ago.
That would be great. Yeah, but I'm all up for this 330 to get released because I do like the plane as a whole. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, moving on next.
To Mr. B flying it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a crack today on stream. I might not get off the ground, but at least everybody will have a bath.
But this is an Xplane 330?
Xplane, yeah, jar design.
Jar designs, gotcha.
Kindly donated by the viewers. I would like to thank you so much.
Ah,
such
nice,
a generous bunch of viewers we have.
Beautiful.
Don't worry, Mr. Edson. I'll get him in the air.
Yes, please do. It's a leased plane, leased for the viewers.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Next one, amazing approach, Airbus stick view during landing in Cat C Airport. This is gorgeous. It was too gorgeous to pass up. I'm gonna go full screen on it. Go straight to the action. There we go.
Pharaohs.
They have the stick view in the lower left-hand corner there. I'll just skip forward a touch more here for the turn in.
Feel like Xplane.
It's like Xplane? Yeah, right? That is gorgeous.
I always wonder how weird it must be when you go from being a first officer to being a captain. And you have to change which hand you're steering with.
So if you look at the delay, there's just a slight little delay in that side stick movement and like the actual movement of the plane. That approach is incredible.
100.
And then look at the loss at the end of the runway. It's gone.
Yes.
Retard.
It's sloped.
Retard.
That's what it calls. Real pilots are retard as well.
It's not just us.
It's not just me. Where is that airport?
I don't know. I want to say that looked like one of the Norwegian ones.
Airport.
I want to say that I have flown out of here in the B200. This is the airport that I completely messed up. It is. Wait, no, Faroe Islands.
This is the Pharaohs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful video. This one posted by Simulation and Aviation. Head over and give them a follow over on YouTube. Thank you guys. That's a gorgeous approach. Really makes you appreciate what that real deal is like. And now I have to go back to tuning the colors in my sim. All right, moving on. Next topic. Elvis's private jet being auctioned after 30 years on a runway in Roswell, New Mexico. This one posted by Mr. Beach08NH. It's a Lockheed Jetstar, 1962 Lockheed Jetstar. Someone needs to make this in P3D because I would love to fly this jet. This has such a retro mod look and feel to it. It's amazing.
That
The
interior.
livery is beautiful.
I love it. So at first I thought it was red, and then I went and did the research, and it's actually orange. It's like a proper Mad Men 60s mod orange. And what threw me off is what Sparky just said, right? Like the interior. The interior is red velvet. Like these are two colors, right? Like orange and red velvet. Like no one in design would use that today. But it's so 60s. Like it's so 60s to do orange and red velvet. You know, orange and red. Like those two colors worked back then. This is gorgeous.
I love this airplane. Bid starts at 10,000, so you can definitely go on it, Edson.
Should we club
Hold on.
together?
I'm ready. Who else is in? Who else is in? I got 5 on it.
I got
Do you think
50p.
I'll ever fly again?
I got 50p.
50p.
If we turn it into a restaurant and a profitable organization, then yes, I'll invest in it.
All right. A restaurant. Exactly. Airbnb. Airbnb.
That would work.
I don't know that it would ever fly again. I mean, 30
No.
years of sitting outside. It's missing the engines, by the way. No, it definitely won't fly again.
Well,
Minor detail.
Minor detail.
I don't. Here's what I don't understand about this, and we were talking about this when it first went up in Discord. How in the heck did one of the currently one of the most famous entertainers we've ever had, this aircraft to be sitting and rotting like this? You figure with all the memorabilia and things that are under the Presley name, how was this left sitting in Roswell? How and why?
Yeah.
I would love if anybody out there has some serious info as to how it ended up sitting here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrible. You know, I mean,
It is iconic. I mean, this
that's
is
just horrible. I mean, the man was a decadent individual. Look at his vehicles. I mean, he was a showman. His outfits were just boom, all in your face. And this jet, the interior is all in your face. But it's been left to rot for 3 decades. That's
I
just
reckon
appalling.
you should put a bid on the red velvet seat up front there with the gold knobs on. Yeah, you should just put. Don't want the plane. I just want that seat.
I just want that seat. Give me that seat. Exactly. This thing is so nice, man.
10,000 for it is not expensive, but the bid starts at that. So I'm wondering how high it's going to go.
I wonder if
It'll
it was
never be.
a
go
battle.
ahead, I'm sorry.
A battle in the estate.
You'll probably get it cheaper as a fixer-upper.
A fixer-upper, yeah. I do wonder, though, if it was a battle in the estate. You know, like, just an argument, right? Like, who gets the jet? No one gets the jet then? You know, just sits
So
there.
let's ship it to Roswell.
yeah.
Is that where Area 51 is?
Yes, that's
next
what it...
to it.
Roswell, yeah, near
Oh, they're waiting on them coming back then. That's what it is. 'cause they've gone out
that's
there.
it. Dude. That's it. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Beach, for that submission.
It'll never fly again, and that's sad.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
And I bet it's got low hours.
Probably. That's a shame, yeah.
All right.
He'll end up somebody's collection somewhere.
Yeah.
Some aircraft collector or some museum will have it.
So
Yeah,
we're going to go ahead
that's
and
really
move forward and skip on this story. This is American Airlines pilot tackles a drunk passenger. It's hilarious. Head over to the website or visit the show notes below to check that one out. But in the interest of time, we will move on because we did have a lot of new stuff coming out and being announced. And we want to bring that to you first. Moving on to the next story. Preview for Bonaire, Flamingo, and Xplane. So this is an airport that already exists for P3D/FSX. It's older, so I don't even think it's officially P3D. I think it might only be officially listed FSX. But I did want to show this because these screenshots are breathtaking in Xplane. And there is some really neat stuff as we continue to scroll down.
And Branding Iron would love this.
And branding, it's pink everywhere. These are gorgeous. Lots of really nice detail. That beautiful night lighting. And are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm. Hello, flags.
Hello, speed
Yeah.
trees.
Hello, trees. Yeah.
Not speed trees, but they're moving.
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
So is this something that you've seen before in Xplane, Noodle, moving trees like this?
Trees, if I have moving trees, I've never noticed it. Flags, yes, and such. But trees, I've never noticed, as I've never paid attention.
Nice touch. Even the lower ones are moving. It all
Small
feels
details, right?
alive. Yeah, it all feels very alive. So nice work on that to the folks at Aerosoft. Really looking forward to seeing that on stream. Really looking forward to seeing that on stream. Moving on, next topic. Turbine Sound Studios post PMDG 777 custom sounds teaser. More teasers. This one over at their Facebook page.
The purists will rage on that.
Those trends.
That sounds so good.
Beautiful. Well, I think it comes back to what we were talking about at the last episode, where people are saying, yeah, your procedure is wrong, and then you entered this incorrectly, and don't follow the procedures. Now you have the sound of an airplane that has different engines on the GE90. People will go when they see that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because that engine is not modeled on the 777, is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's only the GE90, the triple. So now those sounds are from a different engine on the GE90. So some people will just go berserk, but it sounds so much better than the GE90s that ship with the PMDG 777. I think the sound is on point. Can't wait to hear it from the outside. TSS. Always.
These guys deliver, man. So I'm big on sound sets. I know you are too, Kevin. I love scooping up sound sets. If there's a new plane that I buy, I always go in for a sound set for it as well because I love a good sound set. At the beginning of my shows when I'm taking off, I have the music is down and the sounds of the engine is the music. So I have my engine sounds up. Same thing on approach. Just I love a good sound set. So. Hats off to Turbine Sound Studios. They are knocking out some really nice work. So very excited to hear more. I would say see more, but it's hear more. Moving on, next topic. FSDreamteam announced Pittsburg International and EuroAirport Basel Mulhouse Freiburg. I hope I said that right.
You have to say it fast.
I know this one posted over at their Facebook. There isn't much more info beyond that, but EuroAirport is out in France, and a stone's throw from Innsbruck. So I think it was Keven earlier in a kind of a casual chat that mentioned it was probably a very strategic move on their behalf to place it there.
Yes.
It is good to see FSDreamteam, pushing out that way as well. That's exciting. More good devs out that way. So Pittsburg as well, another really nice location out on the East Coast. So that's going to be exciting. Let's see if there are any more little tidbits of information here in the comments.
A lot of comments.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're going to be, see, any chances for this, any chances for this, any updates. So, it's typical.
Well, it's good to see that because to be, honest, there really isn't a large selection of aftermarket airports in the United States that cover the East Coast. It's very sparse. So it's good to see that some of these developers are starting to develop things for the East Coast of the United States because it really needs to happen. There really has not been much.
Yep.
Again, maybe in the freeware sector where you can find things, but as far as, being done by a full-on team, I mean, it's good to see this.
If you think about East Coast, you think about New York, Montreal, Toronto. Yeah,
that's it. That's what people think of. Yeah, but they're forgetting the bigger airports that are within there as well. So, it's good to see. It's good to see.
Moving on, next topic, we've got Roma Ciampino X preview. This one from the folks over at Aerosoft. One more Italian airport. Good to see empty space and flight sim is slowly getting filled with high-end add-ons. I know you love your Italian sceneries, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see Italy being covered that much more.
You spent some time out there.
Funnily enough,
yeah, I lived there for just short 5 years, so it's great to see Italy getting covered now. So once I start building up my Italy library for both sims, I'm just going to be like, ciao. I'm going to be flying in Italy. It's going to be great.
Is this one of the minor Rome airports, or is it the main one?
This is the one I flew into yesterday on my world tour.
No way.
Yes, and I do not have this scenery. It's primarily a GA airport.
Yeah, it looks it.
It's way off. It's pretty much just to the north of the city of Rome itself. It's you fly over the city of Rome. It's a really nice approach.
Yeah, this will be a smaller Roma Fiumicino is the actual big one there. So.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Frappuccino.
Frappuccino. This is looking really, really nice, though.
Yeah.
Nice level of detail there.
Oh yeah, Aerosoft do the main one, don't they? Yeah.
Good looking approach.
Cool. So you never know.
So they
be flying out of this airport next week.
Never know. They're pretty
That'd
quick.
Be nice.
They're pretty quick when they announce previews. They typically move right in and into releases. All right, next category. This category is reserved for sales. I did verify that at the time of posting, this was still active. Aerosoft Berlin is currently 20% off for Xplane over at Aerosoft. So make sure you give them a visit. And then worth mentioning, this week, a very small category of updates. If we missed any, please let us know in the comments below, because I feel like we missed a bunch, but maybe it's just a slow week for updates and a heavy week for releases. The Carenado 500S Shrike Aero Commander is now fully Xplane 11 ready. So Xplane 11 proper. Noodle, do you have any thoughts?
Another one I want.
Now that it is 11 capable, I'll be adding that to the hangar as well.
Because I know you were adamant about their announcement with the whole transition.
Exactly. I it's good to see that that they're doing this. But I don't know for those people who've already purchased it, do they get a break? Or whatever. I don't know. I'm still kind of in the air with Carenado and how things are being done. It's a love-hate. I think a lot of people have that love-hate relationship with Carenado, and if you don't, I think you're fooling yourself.
Well, I have this for Xplane and Xplane. I have this for P3D, and I will be picking this up for Xplane because I really like the Strike. It's a great plane.
Yeah, it's nice.
Doesn't one already exist for Xplane from another developer?
Yes.
Who makes the other?
In fact, I'm looking at it. It's made by Nimbus Aero.
Okay.
I don't know them as a design company, but what they provided was not too bad.
I wonder how they compare.
Yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up another week of On Approach. Thank you all for joining us. That wraps up episode 21. Thanks to everyone for joining. Make sure you check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/The Sky Lounge. Also, hit subscribe if you haven't already. You'll get a notification for all our new videos. And make sure you check out the website, theskylounge.tv, and submit your stories for next week. We'll see you all then. Sky Fives, everyone.
63, climb maintain 13 down. 13,000, Tempo 63. 63, contact the New York Center 128.3.